What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Born Money Show. It's your host, Mr. Born Money, here to help you stay calm, print money, and have life on your terms. Now, what I want to talk about today is really the importance of understanding your time horizon.
Now, what I want to do is clearly communicate that this is not financial advice by any means whatsoever. All I'm doing is sharing what's worked for me, some of the investment principles that I've learned over the years, and this is for pure entertainment purposes. If you're seeking financial advice, or if you have issues with your own portfolio, seek a financial advisor, somebody who's licensed and who's qualified to be able to meet you at your unique needs. This is just for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only.
This week, I've had several different conversations with people who said that when they were investing into the market and investing into crypto, who said that they were on a 3 to 5 year time horizon. But because the market has been suppressed and they're looking at the macro environment and the fact that there's a lot of red candles happening throughout the entire market, they're panicking a little bit. And a lot of the conversations that I've had is around, hey, when you said you were in it for the long haul, this is what it looks like. Candles are not going to be green forever. So what you need to do if you're making any kind of long-term investment is you can't be checking it every single day. You have to reduce your frequency of exposure and know when to throttle it up or throttle it down. When we're in the bear market, for me, I reduce my frequency of exposure to only once a month. I'll go in and look at how the overall portfolio is performing once a month, and that's it. Right. During the bull market, when it's just constantly volatile and it's just going, everything is green, I'm in there like every single week, making adjustments, taking profits, reinvesting into different things and reducing my risk, because I understand that when you're in the bull market, you could be entering at the top at any point and you don't know where the top is, right? I actually think it's safer to deploy money in the bear market because if you just look at the previous bull runs, it's eventually going to rally back up. So your only risk with the bear market is you may miss the bottom, right? So you deploy capital and it keeps going down, and then you deploy more capital and it keeps going down, and you deploy more capital and it keeps going down. But one thing's for sure is when it recovers, you can recoup your investment back and your dollar cost averaging all the way down. So it's reducing your cost basis. And when I say it's reducing your cost basis, it means it's reducing the average value of all the assets that you've accumulated. So a simple example would be real estate. All right, let's say when I made my first real estate purchase was at the peak of the 2008 bubble, right? And the home that I purchased was worth $400,000, right? And then boom, the bubble burst and everything, home values came crashing down, right? Now I have one house worth $400,000. And then I make another purchase of a house at the bottom of the 2008 bubble, right? And that house was worth $100,000, right? So now I have $100,000 house, same house, by the way, cost me $400,000 at the peak. And I bought another house, same specs, everything, but now it's worth $100,000. My cost basis between those two houses is now $250,000 per asset. You understand that? So one house is worth $400,000, another house is worth $100,000. That's $500,000 that I've deployed between these two assets. And now my cost basis between these two is $250,000. All right. And let's say I purchased two more homes for $100,000 a piece. Right. So now I have a total of four homes. Right. So one of them cost me $400,000 and the other three cost me $300,000. And now my total spread across those is $700,000.
What's going on? I wanted to take this time to quickly interrupt this video or this podcast If you found this helpful and you're interested in getting started investing on the blockchain, we have an incredible program called the Boring Money System inside of our Wealth Sanctum. What we do is we'll guarantee you'll produce cash flow within the first 30 days of setting up your first digital cash flowing real estate on the blockchain, or you don't pay. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link somewhere in the show notes for you to be able to apply and schedule a free strategy session where we can look at your portfolio, look at your financials, and figure out what would be the best and most efficient way to deploy capital on the blockchain to guarantee cash flow. Hope to see you on the inside. Back to the show.
So then essentially all I'm doing is like 7 divided by what, 4? That means I have about a quarter spread across all of those different assets. So the nice thing about that is what that means is that each of the houses now is worth, like, my cost base for each house is about 175,000 off the top of my head. So what that means is when the market rallies, right, my cost per asset now is less than when I originally entered the market. So when house prices rally, and now let's say each house, what in my portfolio, each house is worth $175,000 now. But let's say when the market rallies, now home prices are back to 200,000. I don't need the market to rally back to $400,000 in order for me to start seeing a profit, because I was purchasing at the bottom when the asset values were low, right? So it's the same thing in any market. If you understand, if you have a long enough time horizon, and having a long time horizon allows you to not panic in the short-term downturns, because you know if you believe in the assets that you're acquiring, you know they're going to recover. If you don't believe in the assets that you're acquiring and you really don't believe in them, then why are you investing in it? It's a waste of your time. It takes up too much bandwidth to be wasting money and time investing in something that you don't really believe in. So make sure anytime you're investing or putting your money into something, it has to be something that you really believe in, and you need to think in longer time horizons. This can't be something that like, oh, I need to make my money back this year. No, you've got to be looking at it like, I want to make my money back in 3, 5, even 10 years from now. Thinking in a longer time horizon, that allows you, when you see the short-term downturns, it doesn't cause you to panic. So it's really important to really understand, what are you investing in? Why are you investing in it? Do you really believe in it? And do you really have a long-term time horizon? If you don't have a long-term time horizon, don't invest your money in the market. Don't invest your money into anything. Start with investing your money into your personal development so that you can level up, or invest your money into building a business and developing a skill so that you can make more money, right? But don't invest into the market if you don't really have anything that you believe in enough to deploy capital into. Invest into yourself, develop a skill so you can level up your income. And then once you're at a point where you're making enough money to where you're like, you know what? I don't need this small portion. I don't know if I really believe in this, but since I don't really need this money, I'm okay throwing it into it and just seeing what happens in the next 5 to 10 years. And if it pops, great. If it doesn't, I'm making enough money to where I can recoup that. That's a position that you need to be investing from. If you're investing in it from a place of desperation, you're going to lose every time. And you're not going to lose because the market is against you. You're going to lose because you're exposed to the volatility of your own emotional state of being. That's why people lose. When you can invest from a place where you don't need it and you don't care, now you're not exposing yourself to your own emotional volatility, and you're not going to make irrational and rash decisions. You're going to look at it for what it is. That money has gone into a black hole, never to see the light of day again. If it does very well, great. If it doesn't, I'm not going to lose any sleep. So hope you find it helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you like it, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Till next time, stay calm, print money, and have life on your terms.
If you found this video helpful, chances are you're gonna find a ton of value in our Boring Money community, where I'm in there live, actively sharing articles, market updates, and just educating you on what's going on in the market real time. So if you don't want to wait for another one of these episodes or another video training to come out, and you want to have live updates on what's happening in the market, go ahead and join the Boring Money community. where you can have access to us and be able to ask any questions that you want and potentially even get featured in an episode. Till next time, hope to see you on the inside.